privilege to be able to speak before you today. Last spring, I traveled with young people from around the world to Hiroshima and Nagasaki as part of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation and its youth initiative, Reverse the Trend. We attended the ICANN Youth Forum and met with survivors of both the atomic bombings and the over 2,000 nuclear tests conducted globally. The trip was deeply meaningful and impactful in my life, and I'm still shocked at how little the general public, and especially my own generation, knows about these nuclear legacies, including acute and long-term illnesses, family separations, forced relocations, and poisonings of soil, air, water, and more. For decades, mothers around the world, including in Algeria, Kiribati, and Kazakhstan, my family's home, have been contending with horrific birth defects, widespread infertility, and developmental problems in their children. Many who are dealing with these issues today were not even alive when nuclear weapons were exploded in their homelands. These mothers and other victims require help from the international community. They require justice. I'm a fourth-year student studying political science and sustainable development at Columbia University. Despite being at Columbia and Sciences Po in France for over 3 years, my extensive university coursework never included this history, nor did it discuss the present role of nuclear weapons in geopolitics. How is it possible that something that has been so devastating to so many people is barely mentioned? How is it possible that something that has the potential to end humanity is swept under the rug so effectively? Today, we have 13,000 nuclear weapons, among which are bombs that are hundreds of times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. Using just 1/3 of these arsenals of Russia and the US alone could cause the most devastating climate change the world has ever seen, nuclear winter. Given these realities, it is morally, intellectually, and politically inexcusable to consign the constantly present risk of nuclear weapons use, whether intentional or accidental, and nuclear war, to a subtle hum in the backgrounds of our minds. Nuclear weapons, their proliferation, and their constant technological advancement is not an inescapable reality humanity must silently contend with. While the challenges of nuclear disarmament are high, just like for any other geopolitical challenge, what's needed is clear. More diplomacy, more negotiations, more human-to-human conversation. I am so deeply grateful that you are doing just that right here, right now. The looming threat of complete human and ecosystem obliteration is not a possibility the world has always lived with, and we cannot passively accept it as an inevitable reality any longer. Thank you on behalf of my generation for working towards a day when these barbaric weapons of mass death will be eliminated from our beautiful planet. Thank you.
The representatives of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation for their interventions. I now give the floor to the